few holidays that we have that have an icon associated with that holiday that's not a religious icon. That this is the icon of friendship and giving and receiving, and that's what Santas are about.
Mike Gouloff is an architect by trade, the CEO of Elevatus Architecture. But each year, as fall turns to winter ahead of the Christmas season, he takes on a hobby.
I started painting Santas in 2013, but there's a story before that, and that is that my father, who was an artist, was a restaurant owner in Fort Wayne, but he always loved art, and his calling was art, but his business was being a restaurateur. But Dad had always done drawings and paintings, but in 1993 he did this painting for us, and our daughter was a few years old. Allie was a year old, and 2 years old actually. Allie was 2 years old, and he did this painting for us for our house, and it became a part of our Christmas ritual. When the day after Thanksgiving, my wife, who obviously loves to decorate, would put this painting up, and it became part of the ritual for Christmas for us to have Santa come out of the closet. We have a storage room downstairs, come out of the storage room, we'd hang him on the wall in a place that we'd walk past every day. And it was kind of the beginning of the season, and it was really special for us. And my kids grew up, and in 2013, Allie, at 10 years later than when my dad gave us this, he had passed away by then. And in 2013, Allie said, "Dad, can you do a painting like that for me?" Actually, it was both of them, but Anya was quite a bit younger. And "Can you do a painting for me?" And I said, "Boy, I haven't painted in a long time."
Mike painted his first Santa that year, and a few more. Then the giving began.
Christmas is a time of giving for us. It's a time when we think about who we love the most and who we miss the most. And Dad had passed away when I started doing these, and my mom was still with us. And those are two very special people in my family to me. So the next year came along, and I told my wife, I said, "I think I'm going to do a few more Santas." So I did 8 or 9 that year, and we gave them away to people all over the country. I never wanted to sell them. How much are you going to get for these? I don't even know. It doesn't really matter to me. But that year I came up with a little card that I always put on the back of the Santa. And the card talks about why I do this. I do this because of the tradition my dad started, and I do it because Christmas is important, and there's kind of a spirit that goes with it that is the spirit of giving and receiving. And giving and receiving are two very different things, but they're two very special things. Receiving a gift from anyone is very special, and giving a gift, I think, is more special. And giving a gift that I've done out of zero, created myself, is important to me.
Mike's painted nearly 80 Santas, each one unique to the recipient that he has in mind.
I don't start off with the notion that this is going to be a happy Santa or a sad Santa. I keep photos of Santas that I have in my telephone. And when I'm ready to start painting, I pick out which photos I'm going to do, and I don't try to replicate them, photo for photo.
Mike says he doesn't really have the time to paint as many Santas as he does, but he makes the time just because it's very special to him.
To say it wasn't work, but it is real work. I mean, it takes me about a day to do each one. And in a week I can do 6 or 7 of them, in a month I maybe do 20, but it's a labor of love. I love doing it because I love what people do when they get their Santa, because they believe. I guarantee you they believe. And it's just, for me, it's just a heartfelt feeling that I've done something that touched somebody.
That's the spirit of Mike Santas. It turns out they can change lives.
I gave a Santa away this year to a man that I've known for several years. And you really never know when you have a gift that you give to someone how it might touch them and how it might affect them. But this gentleman, I didn't know. He lost his mom several years ago, and she was really into Christmas, and he and his mom really would do a lot of things together for Christmas, and they painted ceramic Santas and so on. And he could not decorate his house anymore because he missed his mom so much. This is not a young guy. This is a guy not as old as me, but he's a good guy. And he sent me a note about how I changed his life, because when he opened his Santa, I wrapped them all. When he opened his Santa and looked at the card, he felt his mom in the room with him. It's like, wow, how many times in your life does somebody tell you a story like that? And it's like, oh. And I saw him the next day, and he gave me a big hug, and he said, I can't tell you how much that meant to me. He said, I feel like I'm free again. And it's like, geez, I didn't expect that kind of thing to happen. It's a small gesture for me to do a painting like this, but it's a big gesture for someone to receive it, and that's really what's important to me.
Mike's Santa paintings are all over the world now, in the homes of celebrities, pro athletes, and humble regular Joes. He gives them to those who make an impact one way or another. Mike's ask? Just the recipient has to believe.
It isn't really about believing in Santa, it's just about believing. I think if we are, the humanity in us comes out at Christmas. And it's so important for us to celebrate that humanity.